Today is Independence Day on SpiceFM. We had the chair of the Independence Forum, Candidates Forum, and we have another independent candidate now on the show. Alfa Mwaura wants to be the next senator of Nairobi City County to replace Johnson Sakaja, who's been there and now wants to be governor. Mike Muvisonko was the first senator, became governor. Okay, so maybe Alfa Mwaura is looking at 27? Governor. This is the journey. Alfa, good morning.
Good morning to you, Eric.
Good to have you on the show. Welcome to the hot seat of the Situation Room.
I'm happy to be here. I've always seen it from the internet, the soft, as I called it, the soft. So I'm happy to be here. I know it's a seat that big men and women have sat on, based on what I've been following. Yeah.
Glad to have you. I see you dressed like a pilot, and one of the news items just now by Dennis Asseto was this flight that had to turn back. It was heading to America from the UK, turned back mid-flight because they realized that first officer had not completed all the checks pre-flight.
Which is something that you were supposed to do.
Yeah. Walifungua bonnet, wakapima oil, kaangalia maji ya wiper, kaangalia coolant. They forgot something.
Anything is possible. And anything is possible. And you know they are human beings.
Why are you dressed like a pilot?
This is a captain attire, actually. Not just an aviation attire. This is a captain. That's why you can see on the badge, it's 4.
It's the 4 stripes.
Yeah, it's the 4 stripes.
So captain of what?
Captain of first, my own dreams. Yes, that is very important. Number 2, I've been a captain for Chess Kenya. I was a champion in 2008 in Kenya. It's just that chess is not really one of the mainstream sports and games. So people might not be familiar with you. Yes.
So you're a chess master? Or not yet?
Not yet a master.
Okay.
Yes, but I have over 10,000 experiences in terms of moves and everything else. That makes you a master.
So what are you, a national champion?
National champion, former.
Former national champion?
Yes.
And then did you represent the country out there?
I was to represent the country in Burma, in Vietnam. However, that was the same time I was sitting for my KCSE. That was 2008. Yes, so I had to choose which one to do. And
obviously you chose, of course, to sit your exams.
Yeah, to sit for my exams. I don't regret. Even if I went to Burma to represent Kenya, I wouldn't have regretted. Because it's just a year difference. And right now, really, I don't regret. I made the right decision at that time. Yes. So I have followed up since then. I've been training other upcoming young members to... Chess is a way of life. Even in politics. Politics is like chess. Life is like chess. You protect the things that are so dear to you. Pale kwa board. The same as the interest of your bosses, who are the citizens, the good people of Nairobi. All your own interests, the things that matter to you, your family, your values. Yeah. So it is a way of life. Chess is a way of life.
Okay.
Yes.
I can see the connections you're making between the two. But then I have to ask, moving on beyond what you did in playing sport, why move into politics?
Well,
or leadership, or
in leadership, yeah. I want to be part of the change that I want to see. You know, we've been in the sidelines. We've been fans for quite some time. And we've been complaining so much that this is not getting done. Maybe I have this idea. How can I be able to push this? You've been doing your own small things with a little effort as you hustle. You're still doing things, not just to assist other people, definitely. You assist yourself, grow by helping others. In 2000, when Kibaki, the third president, was leaving, that was my first time getting into active politics. And I mobilized over 20,000 young men and women for TNA, that time for His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, before they even came together with the deputy president. So at that time, I took an active role, although at the back seat. It's the back seat because I was not really, nobody knew about Alfa at that time. So I've been in Nairobi for the last 9 years or 10 years. Yeah, over 10 years, hustling and doing things. And I've been coming to Nairobi. My grandmother lives in Embakasi East. So Nairobi is like home to me. So I've been coming to Nairobi. I know the things. Nairobi is not just a county. It's the capital city. If Nairobi works, Kenya works. And there are so many young people whose dreams have been shattered. Nairobi is a city of hope and despair. So many dreams have been shattered. Not because these people deserved that, but because there is no that good link between the leadership and where the resources are. And for me as Alfa, I'm just coming to be a good link because everything else is there. And as a senator, one of the biggest roles that is normally not really highlighted is to represent the interests of your people. Yes, we can make laws. We have a lot of laws, good laws, that have been shelved. They're just dusty. But if we can be able to implement these laws and also tweak good and new ideas, not just from myself, but from the teamwork that I engage as a leader, then definitely you will be able to see in the next 5 years that we've done something.
Using
because
practical
of
examples, Alfa,
yes,
with the aid of clearly labeled diagrams,
yes,
what should the next senator of Nairobi focus on?
The next senator of Nairobi should first focus on the basics of Nairobians, representing the basic interests of Nairobians.
Which are those?
Like security. Security. Nairobi is not a safe. It's not a safe city. Yes, even a foreigner will tell you. Right after they've landed at JKIA, the moment they are in Nairobi, they do not feel safe. You cannot walk in Nairobi past 7 and you're comfortable. So that is one, and it is very key to me because I've also had interest in the security field. We've done over 10,000 security cameras around the country, and most of them is in Nairobi. Yes, that is in the field of telecommunications and engineering field. Yes. Number 2 is access to water. I will not provide water. That is not my role. But I will make sure that as a basic is available to Nairobians. Yes. Unajua, siasa, and especially the seat of a senator, you have to make noise, but constructive noise. Yes, you will have to make noise. You will not sit back and watch Nairobians suffer, and they've given you the mandate. The governor is a little bit, will be a little bit, will not do much of politics. You know why? He's under the mercy of the MCAs. I am not under the mercy of any MCA. In fact, I could dare call myself the MCA 001 because I can be able to connect common mwananchi to the president, and I can be able to connect that common mwananchi to the governor, who is the head of the county government. Okay. So that is very important. Those are the basic, some of the basics.
Two things.
Yes.
Security and access to water.
Access to water and opportunities. I was to talk about the three things.
Access
First,
to opportunities.
Yes. Access to opportunities, which I've already been doing.
All right. Yes. Let's go into each of them one by one. Let's start with water, okay? As a senator, you are in the Senate.
Yes.
How will you advocate and ensure that there is provision of water for Nairobi residents? What is it that you want to see done? What will you do?
Thank you very much, Eric, for that question. I am a person who believes on intent. Be very intentional on the things that you want to do. For me, I've already looked at how to lobby best. Is first get very much involved in the committee that deals with that resource that you want to provide for your people. Yes. And by doing that, that is the water committee in the Senate. Yes. Be an influential person in the water committee. You can be a chairman, or you can be a deputy chair. you will be able to assist your people maximally.
Okay.
So, but intentionally, I plan to be a very active member of the water committee. Yes.
So what will you do?
After that, my main job will be to lobby and engage mwananchi on the things that do not require so much of bureaucracy. But what, you know, some things are very simple. In the estate that I live in, one of the biggest challenges is that it's not like there is no water. They just do it intentionally for other dealers who are called cartels to be able to get their market and bring the water in either by mitungis or by their lorries. So there is sabotage. Let us deal with that sabotage. Let us deal with that sabotage. So my work really will be to be able to engage the relevant stakeholders. There is Nairobi Water Company. I'm not coming really forcefully. You know, if you come forcefully, the same resistance will be there. And you might give up before you start. So I want to engage many stakeholders, not really the cartels, but many stakeholders with regards to this issue.
I still want to understand, because you are sitting in the Senate.
Yes.
The relevant body
Yes.
in water provision in Nairobi
Yes.
is the Nairobi City Water and Sewerage Company.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This has representation
Yes.
of the county government
Yes.
on the board and other stakeholders on the board. Senator is not on the board.
Yes, you're not on the board.
The work that this organization is doing is sort of independent. It's regulated by the Water and Sewerage Regulatory Body, WASREB. If there's any information that is required on the management of Nairobi Water, it is being dealt with at the county level by the governor and the county assembly.
Yes.
So you as senator, what is it that you're going to do to then move that needle to make sure that Nairobi Water is supplying water to Embakasi East, for instance? I mean, you are not in charge of Nairobi Water. It's not, it's not for lack of laws. It's not for lack of regulation. It's not for lack of budget. And even if it was for lack of budget, you don't give the budget to Nairobi City Water.
You can influence, and that is one of the biggest role. The better thing is that you're not even in that board. You do not sit in that board, so you can independently engage various stakeholders. And if need be, I can engage the president. If need be, if I'm not seeing results from the relevant bodies, I can engage the president. Let me tell you, most of the challenges that we are having in Nairobi, it is just lack of goodwill. It is not like we don't have resources. We have resources. It is lack of goodwill. And those people that you've elected sometimes think that whatever Article 96 stipulates as a role of a senator, that's enough. And you expect upigiwe makofi. By who and why? If you are a good leader, as I'm offering myself as Alpha, I am going beyond the call of a senator to make sure that my people are well represented. And I remember you told me that maybe 2027 I'll be thinking about being a governor. No. Because that's one of the challenges that we are having. You look as if you're already sabotaging the government that is in place, so that you can that you can go and solve. You see, that's what many. That's one of the law that is that is one of the law that that you use. You first cause a problem, then you solve that problem. You make now your enemy your friend. You see, but for me, I will be looking that by the 5 years that I have served Nairobians, they can see my work. I won't need to campaign to be a senator again for 2027. They will give me that mandate again. Niendeleza for the next 5 years, inshallah. And then after that, we will decide where. But I don't see myself becoming governor of Nairobi. Maybe somewhere else. Yes, but not governor.
Okay. I know that there's another area where you said, you know, look, let's work on, and that's the issue of security.
Yes,
right,
yes,
in the city.
Yes.
Before we go to that, the platform upon which you chose is an independent one.
Yes.
Why did you choose to do that? Or were you part of a member of a party, as we have seen is the case with quite a number, and then left the party and chose to go independent? Which one was it for you?
I was a member of the Kenya Kwanza group. And I really want to thank the leadership, led by His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, for giving us a platform, for giving us an opportunity to showcase our skills as young leaders, and myself as Alpha. I was given a platform, quite a good platform, and I brought a lot of value to Kenya Kwanza, and especially as a young person. And where we decided to go independent is where things did not really, there was no process of, you saw what happened in Nairobi.
No, we didn't.
You didn't see?
In
Kenya Kwanza, leave alone our competitors, but in Kenya Kwanza, I'll speak for Kenya Kwanza, but I know both sides what happened, but I'll speak for Kenya Kwanza. That was in April 9. There was an understanding that the current senator, Honorable Sakaja, should go for the governor's seat as a Kenya Kwanza official candidate. And then Margaret Wanjiru, Bishop, who was also vying for the same seat, would now come to the Senate seat. And yeah, they decided that without, I was not consulted. So without us being consulted, you know, you just don't hope.
So what you're saying is you had already expressed interest.
Yes.
In this seat.
Yes.
Which of the Kenya Kwanza parties did you belong to?
I was in UDA.
So as a UDA person, you wanted to be the senator.
Yes.
And then the meetings took place. And this is what we are being told. These are called consensus meetings.
Yes.
So in the consensus building, your consensus was not sought.
My consensus was not sought. And from that, we followed up the following week on what is the official position on this thing. And there was nothing much. And sometimes you feel like they are looking at the ideas of you people maybe do not really matter so long as we get the governor's position. And you know, those are the sacrifices that sometimes people have to make. But as they make them, let us also get involved, because we are not in this for just a ride. We are in this for impact. Yes, and even if you were to seek it was a consensus. Ask us, Alpha and your team, what's your manifesto? What are the things that you want captured in Kenya Kwanza? At least you've engaged me, and you've engaged me as a serious in a serious meeting. But if it's just about photography session, and now sasa tuendelee namna hiyo, that one we are not going to do. So
that's the reason why you left? The engagement
yes,
did not happen, and you felt as
there was no engagement. In fact, I sought refuge under Musalia Mudavadi in ANC. Yes, it's still Kenya Kwanza. And I thought that maybe this is going to be a little bit different. But still nothing was coming. And it was like it was already decided that Bishop Margaret Wanjiru is going to be senator for Kenya Kwanza. For me, what my argument is this: Bishop Margaret Wanjiru and Honorable Sakaja, both were going for the same seat. How difficult was it to give one a deputy and the other so that they combine their manifestos?
Alpha, we see that with this coalitions that we see bringing together several parties, then results in the zoning, what they're calling zoning,
especially in Nairobi,
in many parts, you know. So then people fall victim to this zoning. And isn't it, once you see that parties are forming these alliances and forming these coalitions, isn't it almost a given that there will be people who will fall by the wayside as a result of these negotiations that are being done?
Definitely. And this is where it calls you to go back to your basics as a candidate and ask yourself, why did I even start this journey? It was very easy for Alpha to give up and say, you know what? Let me just cry. Oh, they've sidelined me. They've done this and this. But we are moving on. We are moving on. Yes, we did a tactical retreat just to look at things and maybe to see if our agendas really will be represented. Something else that informed us going forward. Because I'm a person who also consults. I'm the leader, yes, but I need to consult. Because you have various stakeholders. Something else that also involves us. You see, there was an opinion poll by TIFA recently. And they said in the Senate seat, Nairobi, over 70% of the respondents are undecided on who to elect as their next senator. My good friend and competitor Sifuna had 19%, Margaret Bishop had 6%, and the rest are undecided. What does that tell you, even as a serious candidate and a serious leader? You know, there are two things. There is the issue of looking for votes and the issue of delivery. The issue of looking for votes is as important as the issue of delivery. So if you're not able to look for votes, then definitely you will not get to the stage of saying that you will deliver anything. So we had to weigh on these things. So 70% is quite a huge number for the city. It means that Nairobians are craving for better ideas, new ideas, a different kind of a leader. Wenye wako hawatoshi bado, wenye wanaona. That's why they are not able to choose.
How old is this poll?
Pardon?
When was the poll conducted? How old is
the
it?
The poll last week, actually. Not last week. This week. It was this week.
Poll.
Yes, this week. Yeah.
So this week's poll is out, and Alfa Mwaura has not featured on the poll.
Yes.
So the things that you've just said, if you're not able to mobilize and you're not able to deliver, applies to you.
They do not apply to me because it means the next 90 days. It's not yet official campaign season. I have been hustling. So you wataniona kwa ground.
So when you start to do this is when then it will apply to you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So when the campaigns begin and you begin to tell people begin to tell people about what it is that you ought to do and across the board, that is when you say, now I can be, my name then should be found amongst these people
very well,
who then should be making a difference.
In fact,
if they're given the position.
By the end of this month, we should be able to feature on the opinion polls, because from this month I'm starting my campaigns. I've just been listening and making my tours, putting together a few issues. I've also been working on my projects. Definitely I'm a young person. I am not an old politician or someone who's just retired from government, who's coming with some big checks. I'm just trying to push the Nairobian dream. And in that, I think for me, if Alfa is elected senator today, leave alone kama akona jina kubwa ama hana, kama atawafanyia kazi mzuri ama hatafanya kazi mzuri, I already inspire not just my fellow youth, but beyond Nairobi, I already inspire change. By me being not watch a ballot, being on the race with big names. I already inspire so many, and we are not stopping, because the why is what that pushes me. The why am I in this? It's very easy for me to give up, by the way. It's very easy for me as Alpha to say, you know what, I still have my job. Let me go back to my job. I'ma get the back seat, get funded by the deputy president, or be in Azimio team, and just joyride every day, do photographs and joyride. But that is not what I want. I am looking at a situation whereby Alpha will be a big name, not just in Kenya, not just in Africa, but I'll be able to represent my country in bodies like the UN. Yes, but you have to start somewhere. Someone asked me, mbona Alpha hujaanza MCA? I have a lot of respect for MCAs. I have a lot of respect for MPs. But my calling and where I feel I can serve best is not just at the Senate, but in Nairobi as a city, with all the diversity that is here.
Time for us to take a break.
This is the Situation Room.
And our guest this morning, Alfa Mwaura, who is a senatorial aspirant for Nairobi City County. He's here with us. He's an independent candidate. Alfa initially worked very closely with UDA and the Kenya Kwanza coalition. And then you know what happened in Karen. Meeting took place and the leadership of the nominees for Nairobi County were unveiled. Governor Johnson Sakaja, Senate Bishop Margaret Wanjiru, and so on and so forth. Alpha, nowhere. So Alpha decided independent is the way to go. Alpha, are you saying that coalitions have, because of having to balance the interests of the various political formations coming together into a coalition, then that is also detrimental to democracy?
Very detrimental to democracy, and we are going to see a very big rise in the number of not just independent candidates, but independent leaders. And independent leaders who are going to be voted in, not just candidates. You can be a candidate and they don't make it.
Yeah.
But you're going to see a rise in the numbers of candidates, because one, being an independent candidate also has the positive sides. One of it is that you are going now to represent the interest of the people who've mandated you directly, not the interest of the party. Because parties, for lack of a better word, are business shops. Yes, that is a place where you've established a political party for the only one purpose: win elections, get candidates, and then that's it. So by the end of the day, some people will come lie to Kenyans and Nairobians that they are going to do this, but they are not going to do, because of what? The interest. They will have to balance the interest of the parties. They will go, the principal will say, you know what, in Nairobi, as a senator, do not try and check the governor, what governor is doing. We've already approved this. And even if your conscience does not support that, you will agree. Because you will be forced, you will be asked, have you read the party constitution? If you dare question anything, you'll be asked, have you read the party constitution? And your story will be rested at that. So you will compromise on the quality of leadership that you offer to Nairobians.
But Alpha,
yes,
the way political parties are structured, in law, and in very many of the political party constitutions, a party must have a structure of leadership.
Yes.
From grassroots all the way to the national level. And this is a members' party.
Yes.
It cannot be an individual's party. So decisions are not made by an individual. Decisions are made by organs of the party. If it is about what the party is championing at the National Assembly or in the Senate, there's a parliamentary group that will be meeting and discussing, this is the direction that we are taking.
Yes.
Maybe some leaders will come in and say, this is what we think. But you have an opportunity to air your views, to express yourself, to disagree within the party.
Yes.
Is that not a good thing? I mean,
well,
because the way you're putting it is, once you have been given a UDA ticket, the owner of UDA will be telling you
what to do.
Not really, but in some situations, and those are the situations that Nairobians really need your leadership, you will be forced to compromise. And that compromise is not the healthy compromise. There are good compromises where you're compromising something for the sake of the benefit of so many. But for this one, it's for the benefit of two people, two individuals who supported, they are in quotes untouchables. Yes. Now, what I was saying about political parties is this, and Kenyans deserve better from political parties, because political parties are funded from taxpayers' money. So, in fact, Kenyans should ask so many questions, and they deserve better from political parties. Independent candidates will make political parties behave. Because they will see, kumbe Kenyans can also get leaders who are independent. And hakuna chama inaitwa independent party. For me, I am vying, there is the approved symbol. My name Alfa will be on the ballot. That is what I'm vying on. Hakuna mahali kwa billboard ama kwa poster tutaweka independent. Now, I will be pushing my logo, my symbol, not any other symbol. I'll be pushing my logo and my symbol. And my mandate will be from the people.
Yeah, but I've got to ask you.
Yes.
That this seems like it's a change. Because I would be very afraid to think that your agenda has changed because the vehicle upon which you want to get into a position of leadership has changed. That you joined the party with an agenda. Now, because of 1, 2, 3 issues, which you so clearly told us now, you are no longer part of that party.
Yes.
So you believed in the party when you joined in the first place. But now, because you were not given the opportunity for the position that you wanted, you now no longer believe in the party.
That's from my position. My position is that with or without a political party, the dream that Alfa had to be senator of Nairobi City County was there.
Okay.
That is first.
Okay.
And the vehicle is just as you choose. Your Mercedes-Benz, a Range Rover, do I take a Matatu? It's just as you choose. This is just it is a vehicle to the Senate. And if that vehicle has a puncture or has issues in the engine, yeah, you put it aside and get another vehicle to get you to where you are going. Otherwise, sitting down there and whining that I was not considered, this and this was not done, that would be an easier option, but we are not going to do that. Yes. So it's not like I don't believe in some of the agendas that we were propelling, something like the bottom-up economic approach, empowering. I was to talk about the empowerment issue and access to opportunities as one of my biggest agenda, which I've already started implementing as mwananchi mdogo, as a hustler. I've already started implementing that, and it is a creative center that we are doing in Starehe constituency. I believe Starehe constituency, among the 17 constituencies in Nairobi County, is a heartbeat of Nairobi, being that it hosts the CBD. So we will do that as a pilot project. We will have a studio for young people. We will have a place whereby we display talents of young people. We will also be going to the ground and getting talents from Korogocho. Nairobi is so talented. Nairobi has a lot of good and talented people. But what they are lacking is just that exposure and that person to just hold their hand. Mark, you as a leader, you have a salary from the taxpayers. You have facilitation. You even have the goodwill of organizations that are based in the capital, private and UN organizations, that if you do a good proposal, they will be able to assist your people. But we do not see that happening. We only see people telling us, you know, my job is to make laws. Okay, you've made laws, shelved them. How are they helping Nairobians? My job is to make laws, check on the excesses of the executives, and such things. But if you were to go beyond as a leader, and especially with the uniqueness of Nairobi as a capital, then definitely they will see a better leader in Alfa, and it will be a win-win. As Alfa, I will grow to where I want to as a world leader. I would want one day to represent Kenya as a world leader, not just Kenya, Africa, and thinking about I'm retiring back to go and vie for Senate in Nyeri or some other upcountry place. Yeah, like I'm seeing other senior politicians do. Yeah, these people do not have ambition. They just want, after 2 terms in the position of governor, you're back at the Senate just for you to get protection. Not really that you have something new, but to just get protection and protect whatever that you have amassed from the public. Yes.
Independent, like you said, we are likely to see an increase in the number of independent leaders.
Yes,
people who
that's
are
for sure.
elected on an independent ticket.
Yes.
Now, for me, whereas it's a good thing, it's expansion of democracy, I still have something tugging somewhere back of my mind. And I'm thinking, if we have people who are elected via political parties, and once they're elected, the one major complaint that voters have is once we elect a leader,
yes,
we are not able to hold them accountable
for anything.
They go in there, and the next thing that they're doing is they're doing their own thing.
Yes.
Now you have an independent candidate who has become an independent member of parliament.
Yes.
There is nothing, there is no body at all that is holding them accountable at that local level in the form or shape of a political party.
Yes.
So it is Alfa going to parliament and deciding, you know what, I am representing my people and I'll use my conscience. And you can shift your conscience however you want. You can decide, my conscience tells me that we should approve and raise the debt ceiling to 25 trillion. It's my conscience.
You see, as an independent...
Whereas with the political party, at least, there's a
you
requirement.
You have a stand.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, Eric. That even as an independent, you will have also to contribute and choose a side when it comes to voting.
Yes.
And this one will be based on your conscience, not on whipping by the party. That you're told you must vote this direction, and that's the position of the party. Even if you feel that is wrong, you will have to vote in that direction. As an independent candidate, you now vote based on the interest of your people. Your people, you've not asked me about my funding and everything else. It is small people, small businesses and small business people that are funding, that are contributing to my campaign. I wouldn't be here so confidently that I'm running I'm running for the Senate seat in Nairobi, knowing how vast it is, without a plan, without a political, without a strategy, a fund strategy. And to the many young people, many small business people who are funding and contributing their small amounts to my campaign, I want to thank you so much and assure you. That's why my conscience is clean and it's clear that I am going to serve the interest of the people who've put me there. Not political parties, not strong individuals from the city, but the people who've put me in that position.
How many people are vying for Senate in Nairobi?
We will know the clear number once they've been cleared by IBC.
How many have expressed interest?
The people who've expressed interest ni wengi, lakini wale wengi walizimwa because walikuwa both ends and they were told now you forget about this.
So how many so far?
So far my competitors is Sifuna, Bishop. I don't know anyone else. I have tried to look, but I had so many other, even young people who I see that we can work together in this. Even young people. There was a young lady, ilikuwa anajiita Mama Sanitizer. I don't know whether she's still continuing or not. There is also other well-experienced people. Maina Commander pia alizimwa. You see, like for me competing against Maina Commander. It looks off.
It's an achievement by itself.
No. I'm not looking at it that way. It looks off. I mean, why are we? Doesn't he have an ambition? You've been there. You've had all the chances. He's now a nominated MP. To do what? What does he represent? He's a nominated MP. Who does he represent? Does he represent the youth? He's a nominated MP. He can help in so many other ways if he wanted.
He represents the minority.
Which minority?
The old people.
Good one. Good. That's
the minority demographic in this country. We've got to acknowledge that. I wanted to tell you, all those people who are vying.
Yeah.
We keep hosting political aspirants here.
Yes.
And each of them says, I will go there to represent my people. And I will only be beholden to the people who put me in office. I will not waver. The same things that you're telling us.
Let me say why Alfa is a little bit different.
How is it different, really? Because, I mean, that's the thing that you will get
Let
from
me say.
people is that we're just hearing the same tune over and over again.
Let me say why mine is different. And I've always reminded my team and people that it's very easy to give up and leave alone these things. The big names you're competing against, the vastness of Nairobi, the many challenges that we are having. But for me, I promise, even in the 90 days that I will be campaigning, you will see a difference in my campaign. And if that will convince you enough to vote for me, asante sana. Because I assure Nairobians a campaign that they will be proud of. Not in terms of being well-oiled, but by the things that we're going to be doing even as a team. I will give platform to other young people who are vying, just as I've been given platform by the Kenya Kwanza group, with the little that we will have for them also to propel their dream. We'll be launching our creative center in between our campaigns. That is something that will continue with or without the Senate seat. That is something that will continue, and I will have made an impact. Yes, with or without the Senate seat, and I want to assure Nairobians that mimi nitaendelea. I've been doing things chini ya maji, but mimi nitaendelea. Mimi nitaendelea too.
If Alfa Mwaura is not elected in August, what will he do to keep those that have been elected accountable?
Good. As an opinion leader, we aim at putting our best foot forward in these campaigns so that we also get the negotiating and the bargaining power. Politics is numbers. If you cannot show who are behind you as a leader, then at the negotiating table, you still be treated as such, that you are nobody. But within the next 90 days, Nairobians will be so proud of this young man because of the things that we are going to be doing. And if I'm not kama kura zangu hazitatosha lakini najua hazitatosha. You just wait. You know, they called me the miracle senator. And I believe in miracles.
Good.
Yes, they called me the miracle senator.
Should the miracle be delayed?
Should the miracle be delayed? As Alpha, first I will have, because of what we will have done through the campaign season, I will be a serious opinion leader in Nairobi. I'll be able to negotiate on behalf of young people. We will already be having a running creative center for young people. We will also do other things. I'm passionate about mental health, which is a serious problem in Nairobi. I have toured many places in Nairobi, slums, the leafy suburbs, and I have seen the bridge. What really could you do maybe to ease the suffering of the people that I meet, leave alone as a leader, just as a human being. Yes, so there are things that I will have, and this is a learning experience. Even so far, I have been learning, adjusting, and I believe you are ready for the finishing. Yes.
You know, we have talked to now 2 independent candidates today, both in Nairobi. So there's you and there's Esther Thairo, who wants to be governor. And we have seen the number of independent aspirants rising this year, 7,000 plus. This, and we asked Esther, and it's the same thing that you've said, it's because of the frustration of the political party system. So let me just ask you this directly, Alpha. Should we abolish political parties?
No. Political parties should up their game. They should do the right things the right way.
Okay.
Yes. What political parties are doing right now is what you would call negotiated, not democracy. This is not even democracy. They're looking at the interest of the principles.
Okay.
Yes. If you look at what they did in Azimio, they looked at, Wiper, tunapea nani? We want the deputy governor. It doesn't matter whether you're in sync or in rhyme with the deputy governor, but the deputy governor has to come from Wiper. Whether you will poach someone from ODM and put them to Wiper so that it's a Wiper candidate, we want a deputy governor. For the Jubilee, they said we are taking nothing less. If we are giving His Excellency, if you are giving the Right Honorable Prime Minister the position for president, we want the governor's seat. And that's what they did. For the Senate, ODM took the Senate. They took
woman rep.
They took the woman rep, and they also said the speaker is going to come from ODM. So you see, it is the interest of the principles. It is not really, they're not looking at the quality of the leader. Let me say this, and I want to be very honest, that someone like Tim Wanyonyi is a very capable leader. Very capable leader. Even if I was in Kenya Kwanza and he was in Azimio, I had tremendous respect for Tim Wanyonyi. Yes. He is a capable leader. He is a capable leader.
Right.
Yeah, but what was he told? You differ and go back to
his
Westlands.
Miracle was deferred.
And what happened to the Westlands candidates who had spent so much time, leave alone money, so much time campaigning? The likes of Philip Kisia, Fred Gumo, Ngumo-san. Yeah, they were told also, you now either go back to MCA and you differ, we will give you some work. You see, so it is the interest of the principles.
So parties should style up.
They should up their game and do things the right way.
Thank you very much. Alfa Mwaura is an aspirant for Nairobi Senator seat. He is an independent aspirant. He hopes to get cleared by the IEBC. Then he'll be on the ballot. You've heard him? You've heard what he has to...
Tell them this, Eric, that on the ballot, they only need to check for the captain the captain badge. The captain badge.
The 4 stripes.
The 4 stripes will be on the ballot, and the name Alpha will be on the ballot.
Okay.
And waeke tick hapo. Hao watu wanajua, hao wanawajua juu ya billboard, lakini kuna yule watachagua.
Have a lovely weekend, and thank you very much for tuning in to Kenya's biggest conversation. We'll be back on Monday, God willing.